Hi, everyone. I'm Hanna, and thank you for joining me today on the Leading the Transformation podcast. As someone who helps companies implement AI and technology transformations, you might expect me to be entirely enthusiastic about the whole AI revolution sweeping across industries right now. But today, I actually want to talk about a concerning trend I'm witnessing firsthand, and that is the harmful over reliance on artificial intelligence before the technology is truly ready. So let's start with a fundamental truth. There's an enormous gap between what AI can actually do today and what many decision makers believe it can do. The disconnect isn't just misleading, it's actively dangerous. Companies are rushing to implement AI solutions across critical functions like customer service, content creation, financial forecasting, hiring decisions, even healthcare diagnostics. Yet many of these systems are being deployed without adequate testing, without understanding their limitations, and without proper guardrails. When companies implement AI systems prematurely, several significant harms can occur. First, we see a degradation of service quality. Customers are forced to interact with half baked AI systems, finding themselves trapped in frustrating loops, unable to get the nuanced help they actually need. Secondly, there's a false sense of capability. Management ends up believing that these problems are being handled effectively when they're often being misinterpreted or oversimplified by AI systems not equipped to handle context. Third, human experience is being sidelined and sometimes lost entirely. As companies rush to replace human judgment with algorithms, valuable institutional knowledge and experience walk out the door. Fourth, we're witnessing the amplification of biases and errors at unprecedented scale and speed. An error that might affect one customer in a human system can instantly affect thousands in an automated one. Despite the hype, today's AI systems have profound limitations. They lack a genuine understanding. They're pattern matching systems, not reasoning entities. They don't truly comprehend the content that they generate or analyze. They predict what should come next based on training data. They hallucinate with confidence. AI systems make up information and present it as fact with absolute certainty. In critical domains like healthcare, legal advice, financial advice, or hiring, this can have serious consequences. They lack transparency. Many AI systems are black boxes where even their creators cannot fully explain why certain decisions are made, making accountability nearly impossible. They perpetuate historical biases. AI trained on past data inevitably reflects and sometimes amplifies the biases embedded in that data, potentially automating discrimination at scale. Now, you might be thinking, but you help companies implement AI and technology solutions. Isn't this contradictory? I see it differently. My work involves helping organizations implement technology thoughtfully with appropriate guardrails and realistic expectations and in honor of the people who work there. I advocate for augmentation rather than replacement, using AI to enhance human capabilities rather than to eliminate them. There's a world of difference between strategic, careful implementation of AI in appropriate contexts versus the reckless automation we're seeing in many sectors today. So, what could companies do instead of blindly embracing AI? First, adopt a human in the loop approach. AI should support human decision making, not replacing it entirely, especially in consequential domains. Second, implement robust testing and monitoring. AI systems should be rigorously evaluated before deployment and continuously monitored for failures, biases, and unintended consequences. Third, be transparent about limitations. Companies must be honest about what their AI can and cannot do, both internally and with customers. Fourth, prioritize governance and ethics. Every AI implementation needs clear oversight, accountability mechanisms, and ethical guidelines. Finally, invest in education. Decision makers need to understand AI's capabilities and limitations rather than relying on vendor promises and marketing hype. The irony isn't lost on me that we're using technology to discuss the limitations of technology. But that's precisely my point. Technology, including AI, is a tool, not a magical solution to every problem. The most successful organizations will be those that harness AI's genuine strengths while respecting its very real limitations. They use it to augment human capabilities rather than replacing human judgment. And most importantly, they'll implement it as a service of their values and mission, not because they're afraid of being left behind. As we navigate this transformative period, let's bring critical thinking, ethical considerations, and a healthy skepticism to our AI implementations. The future depends not on how quickly we can automate, but on how wisely we can integrate these powerful but imperfect tools into our organizations and society. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe.